Hello, my love bugs. Once again, it is your girl Lumi Love here with another message from the divine. As I always say today, if you're hearing my voice, I ask that you harden not your heart, for I am just a messenger, and we are all here to witness and learn. Thank you guys for your likes, subscribes, shares, views, and memberships. Everything is greatly appreciated, my loves. If you have not already, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and also check out the memberships to see if you would just like to donate or if you would like to receive extra readings, okay? Alright, so I was going to do my reading, and I realized that my candle was not lit. Somebody wants you to forget that you have a connection to the divine. Maybe somebody wants you to forget that you have a light about you. You are a beacon of light. They want you to forget something about yourself. Maybe they want you, I'm getting like they want you to forget something about yourself so that they can be able to inhabit your vessel. Okay, now I did get an upload, and it was talking about an astral stalker that you may have, and this astral stalker may be a psychic, a diviner, a reader, you know, and this person is using the demon Paimon. Okay, and I've talked about Paimon before, and I want to let you know, when I speak on demons, you might as well go ahead and think of them as extraterrestrials, because they're fallen angels, right or wrong. Okay, they're fallen extraterrestrials, fallen angels, archons, whatever you want to call them. Okay, this demon Paimon uses people's vessels, okay, to live the human experience. And I believe that this demon is obsessed with you. This demon is obsessed with your energy. This demon may have had a tie to you in the past. For some of y'all, you did leave a dark leave. Okay, so I was gonna say live. You did leave a dark life. Okay, you may in a past life have been in a cult. You may in the past life have been swallowed up. Okay, have you ever been swallowed up by your shadow? Okay, I think that you may have had some sort of connection to the church or something that had to do with the church. Okay, but you were swallowed up. Okay, and this astral stalker was able to inhabit your vessel. I think that for some of y'all, if you were not in a past life, I feel like you were. I told you, forget your light. I feel like you were in a past life in some sort of dark practices, okay? Maybe you went off the, I'm hearing you went off the radar. So they were used to you coming back as some sort of dark spirit, but you went off the radar. You decided to switch it up. Okay, if you listen to Kendrick Lamar Reincarnated, it talked about how he spoke in different past lives that he had, but he was consumed by his vices. And then by the time it got to the end of the song, he said, present day, this is me. He wasn't talking about his reincarnations no more, but he was talking about present day, this is me. And I lived the story of Satan. I lived that story, but in this lifetime, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to do better. I'm not going to use the masses and abuse the masses. I'm going to help them. I'm going to teach them. That's where you get Satan, and then the duality Lucifer. Okay, the light bringer, the light giver. And then I say somebody wanted you to forget your light. They wanted you to forget that you were a holy being, and the only reason that the devil fell from heaven was the devil and the other angels, the other fallen angels fell from heaven was because they were broken. Something in them became broken where it allowed the darkness in, and with that darkness coming in, it's like they had to come back to earth to relive an experience. Okay, so you may have been in one of those situations, and you had to come back to earth and relive an experience, and you were standing in front of God before your recent reincarnation in this body, before you were incarnated in this body, I should say. You had to stand in front of the Holy Spirit, the Most High, and you had a conversation with the Most High, just like in that song. And the conversation was about how you did mess up, how you did do certain things, and you're not being sent to earth to be punished. You're being sent to earth to relearn why you have this light. What is your purpose? How do you use this light? Okay, you have a very holy vessel. Okay, and you came back in this lifetime to get this shit right. And there is a person who could be spiritually married to you, a spiritual spouse, that could actually be this demonic being. Okay, and this being knew that you were in a fleshly vessel. Okay, and they said that when you died, they were going to follow you through lifetimes. You were always going to be their energy source. And I believe now in this lifetime, you have chosen to go off radar. And this person, or this person that's housing this demon right now, or that prays to or gives offerings to this demon, Paimon, is using the human experience to, like, Paimon is using this human vessel to live the human experience because it wants to live with you. It wants to be your partner. It wants to inhabit your energy. It wants to learn from you. It's a very heavy copycat energy, okay? But don't be confused. This energy does not need you, but it wants you. So it's going to violate all kind of spiritual laws and violate all kind of things, because I'm thinking an entity body hopping is violating a spiritual law to chase you, to hunt you down. Okay. But whoever this is who's housing this demon or this demon's energy, because somebody right now has made it, like I said, somebody made a deal, and I think they could be in a fraternity, a cult, some sort of group. They use actual cauldrons when they do things, but somebody's using a cauldron to try to drown out your spirits. They're using a cauldron and they're trying to drown out your spirits. They may have your name at the bottom of a cauldron full of water. Somebody's using war water. Somebody has your name at the bottom of a cauldron using war water. They're trying to put a lot of chaos and bad energy in your energy field so that this demon in whatever vessel this is, they can approach you. I'm getting this person cannot approach you. And they're using a body so that they can be able to live this human experience with you. And they have someone, maybe this psychic or whoever this is. This person, the reason I said that they could be in a cult or an organization is because they willfully gave up their vessel so that this demon can walk the earth. And the demon is walking the earth because the demon wants this human experience with you. And this can be someone who's, like this person can have a mental illness and they're trying to project that mental illness on you. I feel like they need you in your feelings. This is a super narcissist. They need you in your feelings. And they want to try to separate you from your divine masculine. This person wants you as a sacrifice. I just feel like the demon that's inhabiting their vessel, they did some sort of ritual. And the sacrifice was them in order to let this demon walk this earth. They want you. They want your energy. An astral stalker with plain trotter, an actual stalker. Okay, this energy could house in an actual stalker of yours. They may be very weak right now in this vessel, or maybe this vessel is rotting. Okay, for some of y'all, if this is not just someone who, because Paimon is, he has different legion of demons. So he may be using his other legions to body hop and follow you, to gang stalk you, to keep eyes on you. But I feel like the vessel that this demon is currently in is starting to get old. It's starting to rot away with the plague of frailty. They're starting to rot, and maybe this demon wants to inhabit you. If you are a feminine energy, this demon is a masculine energy who presents as a feminine energy. And I know I've done a lot of readings where I said there is a transsexual energy who is stalking you. Okay, we just had a horn beep outside, so this may be what it is. I did do a reading where I said there is a transsexual energy that you may or may not know, and I think I did this reading in an extended version like of that incident in the memberships. But there is a transsexual who is stalking you, whether you know it or not, because someone of your past who wanted to split you up and get you away from your divine masculine, like an ex of yours. This person was dibbling and dabbling in a cult with men who like to use transsexuals as how can I say this? Kind of like what are the things, you know, when you have a fuse box, the fuses that go in a fuse box. In order to power themselves up, if they can't get around you, your exes, these men that are in this cult, if they can't get around you, then they hire people from the order of Caronia, which could be homosexual masculines, because that is a homosexual cult. I ain't trying to offend nobody, but let's just talk about it. Demons work through everybody, and this is how this demon is working its way through you, because I did say this is a demon that presents as a masculine, well, that is a masculine energy, presents as a feminine. Will wear all kind of garbs and silk cloths and all of that and ride on the back of a camel just to look like a feminine from far away, to speak like a feminine, has mannerism like a feminine. But when you really get to look into its face, it's a masculine. What does that describe? Okay, let's keep going. So there is a transsexual energy who could have possibly been involved with an ex of yours. But this transsexual has a mental instability. They're losing their mind. Okay, I did say something about a mental illness, but I feel like this person is losing their mind, and I explained it more in that reading in the memberships. But you know, if you want to get into more detail of that, go ahead and hit the memberships up, because it's talking about how this person is even connected to you or found you out or whatever. But it is through an ex, and this person is upset because they can't be put on the front line. You know, like they don't like to be hid. They don't like to be in the background. They want somebody to walk around in the streets with them and parade them and show them off, right? The misunderstanding came between your ex and this transsexual is because your ex only used them like they use these men in this cult. Basically, they use the transsexuals to Go around the women, pretend to be women, get to know the women, get to learn the mannerisms. Remember what I said now. Get to know the women, get to know the mannerisms, get to know how to do all that, and then they morph themselves into that sort of energy. And they also, sit around the females. They may end up, sharing some sort of sexual experience with the feminine energy, which could possibly be sleeping with the ex if the feminine is slept with the ex, or going around the feminine, and just pulling on their sacral chakra energy. Okay, I kind of feel like this person will be like, oh girl, it's okay, you can get dressed with me in the room, I ain't looking for none of that, I don't like fish, stuff like that. And then all of a sudden they're watching you and they're looking at you sexually. They may even put something in your drink. You may even end up sleeping with this individual, but that's the ultimate goal, is for you to sleep with this transsexual, or you to be around this transsexual, be very close to this transsexual, so that they can take your energy back to the masculine. And the masculines in this group would do sodomy to these women, of course, well, transsexuals, okay, because especially if they don't already have that part. But it's a lot to do with sodomy, because that's taking power directly, okay. And let me see if I can, I don't know if y'all understand what I'm saying, but I'm saying you had an ex who was dealing with a transsexual that was a part, or that was hired on and was a part of a cult to help him harvest your energy in whatever way that he possibly could. He was supposed to be a psychic. He was supposed to do it through candle work, do it through divination. If not, just come directly towards you to take that energy from you, possibly put some in your drink to knock you out, to sleep with you, take a private item of yours and control you with the voodoo dolls. A lot of different things that they try to do to get your sacral energy, okay. And it does also have to do with a lot of sexual things, all right. So that's what this person was trying to do, was trying to come towards you and take your energy for this masculine, your ex. I think your ex ended up being in jail or some shit like this, and this person became obsessed with you because they wanted to be in your body. They wanted to live in your skin. I also talked about, when I said astral stalker, I also talked about that this transsexual energy would like to come around you and be like, oh yes, I'm spiritual just like you spiritual, or do some spiritual work for you, so that they can astral project into your dreams and then get you out of your body and then jump in your skin to live your life as you, okay. But I guess this person, like I said, worships Paimon. And I did speak in a couple readings back when I said I think that the Order of Caronia, some people in that Order of Caronia do worship Paimon because of the similarities of how they live their life and what he presents and how he presents himself. His other name is, it starts with a G. Let me look at my notes real quick. Grimory. So either Grimory or Paimon, okay. But this person with the horn honking, this person drives past your home. This person do a lot of shit stalking you. I know I did a couple readings maybe like a year or so ago, picking up on the same energy, and they're gonna end up going to jail if they're not already in jail, because they're gonna get caught leaving your home, get pulled over leaving your home, and have something in the car. Because like I said, this person has a mental illness and they're jealous of you and upset with you because you just won't give them your life. You keep fighting back. Why do you keep fighting back? They just want you to give them your life so that they can live happily ever after with your ex. But your ex got this person all fucked up in the head, because this person is thinking, okay, they want to be with me. It may have been, and for some of y'all, this person could have been a DL masculine, and he could have felt a connection for your ex in this group, and he could have actually experienced a certain experience with your ex through the demon Paimon, okay, through some sort of ritual. And after that, I feel like he broke his man virginity. You feel what I'm saying? He broke his booty, his bussy virginity. I'm sorry to say it like that, but you know what I mean? And I think that he is now in love with this masculine, because that was the first masculine he ever let go that far. Y'all hear a lot when these men who are transitioning, they love to say, oh no, I ain't sleeping with him, I ain't do this, I ain't doing that, but they only give fellatio, right? And I know y'all like, why are we talking about this? Because if it's dealing with demonic energies, it's very sexual. They use a very powerful energy, which is sexual energy, in a negative way. Just like I tell people on my other page, with love, sexual energy can be used in a positive energy to be healing. Well, these people are building traumas, okay? Or building off of traumas. And I think that, this person really got attached to your ex because that was the first person that he let go that far. He would just give fellatio maybe to the other masculines, but he let your ex go pretty far, okay? And maybe because at one point this person was able to get into your energy, get into your mind, and when your spidey senses went off, you kicked this person out of your energy. So now they've had a taste of your energy and they want it, and they want to be able to bring it back to this masculine, because they feel like if they can be you, then this masculine, because your ex is obsessed with you. Okay, that's why he out here going to different cults trying to get people to attack you. And I think this energy feels as if though they were you, that they could have your masculine and they could be a woman and they can live your life and all of that shit. And I think that ties in from all the body hopping. Now, where the person's mental illness plays in at is that they're trying to take you away from your divine masculine, because they think that your ex is your divine masculine. And that's not true. Your ex may have been a spiritual spouse of yours because of sexual abuse or some sort of sexual energy he was taking from you, but he's not your actual divine masculine anymore. He's not your divine masculine. You cut him off. You cut your energy off from him. That's why he's scrambling trying to get this energy from other people. But this person is stuck. Okay, I feel like they're either stuck in some sort of mindset or they're stuck in between realms. That's why their body is sick. They feel like they're the sacrifice at this point. Okay, you may have a nose for magic. You may can smell when people are doing magic, or smell certain perfumes, smell certain colognes or something when they're in your energy. You have a nose for magic. You can smell when somebody's sending something towards you or when somebody is in your energy, okay? You may be like me. I have random smells of certain food that people are stalking me, could be eating, what they smell like, what they're wearing, who's trying to come toward me and force their way in my energy. I pick up smells about when they're sending demonic energies toward me, when they're sending dead energies toward me, and we do have gallows. So somebody could be trying to send a attached death to you so that you can go ahead and leave your body, and then they'll be able to come in your body. It's something like a soul switching sort of thing, like they want to send the energy of a death spirit towards you, so that this death spirit is not just a regular death spirit. This is a sacrifice death spirit, something that haunts. This is a haint. They're trying to send a haint towards you to capture your spirit so that they can hop in your vessel. Okay, most definitely somebody can have a Gemini placement, or somebody could have balanced out their dualities. Maybe that's a reason why these people cannot inhabit your body, because you have balanced out your... the chemical balance of your body will be thrown off by these people, and you won't be a divine being. You have that spiritual balance. And this person needs you to feel better with Brewer's Boon. And then we have this cup right here. Yeah, they were feeding off your energy, and now they're weak and fragile. Look at this. You got the bottle filled up with the Brewer's Boon. This bottle is empty, and now this person is fragile. They don't have your energy anymore. They can't use your energy or not attached to your energy. So this may be your ex. Okay? So your ex is trying to find people to come and get into your energy. I'm getting right here with this, a mermaid, a creature of land and sea, a mermaid, a merman. Someone's sacrificing a mermaid or a merman, or they could be using a mermaid or merman spirit. Y'all know how they talk about real mermen in certain spiritualities and certain, cultures. They say that they eat children, or they'll snatch children up and snatch women up and take them to the underworld, or take them to, under the water, under the sea. Lord have mercy. Let me get these cards. All right, so we have ill-tempered. It's pissing somebody off that you know that they're coming, that you are aware that they're coming, and you have your guard up. You could be connected to nature. This person could have suffered for some sort of, I heard reckoning. Somebody suffered from a reckoning because they tried to attack you, and they did a ritual maybe out in nature, and there were actual animals that attacked this person, animals that ate the sacrifice that they left out for some sort of spirit. They're ill-tempered. They got hurt. Remember how I told y'all in one reading, this is crazy as hell. Remember how I told y'all in one reading where there was a feminine that was on TV, and she said that she was just walking, and all of a sudden a snake had fell on her arm, and then a hawk came down and like started pecking her ass. You know what I'm saying? And she got hurt. She had to go to the hospital and stuff. And I said, that's not a coincidence. There are no coincidences. Somebody was doing some ill magic. She could have been involved in someone doing some spell work or ill magic, and I feel like this is what happened to whoever this is. I heard feminist. There could be this group of feminists that are transsexuals, okay, and they are making friends with a feminist group or something like that, and they could have been in the woods doing a feminist group so that they can siphon power from the feminists and be feminine. Okay, it's an attack on the feminine energy. You are Empress energy. They need your energy. Plane trotter, in order to time travel, in order to move through different planes. Somebody could be pregnant. I'm getting with this back here. Somebody could have tried to come into your energy and your force field, and you're being protected because you're pregnant, either with a child or you're pregnant with new ideas and your sacral chakra is going crazy. It's spinning around, and that's someone knowing what they looked into your present, and that's what they saw in the present, that you're building something for in the future, and they want it. So this person got hooked on your energy through an ex. Like I said, I feel like this person was doing magic out in the open with a group of feminist women, possibly in the woods, to siphon their energy so that they could come towards you, and they ended up getting attacked by some sort of animals. This is an unseen pursuer, okay? Somebody who you did not see coming. Some of y'all is like, this ain't got shit to do with me, but I'm telling you, this person got attacked out there in the wilderness. I kid you the fuck not. This person got attacked out there in the wilderness. They are upset about your beauty. You're easy on the eyes. You're very beautiful. And they try to send negative and chaotic energy towards you, and it just bounces back to them. Okay? So somebody is upset about your blessings. Somebody is upset about your protection. Somebody just wants to take you out. And I think this individual's vessel is falling apart. And that's why the demon that inhabited this vessel wants your energy, to use your vessel. And I think I said some shit about that. Use your vessel and use your gifts for like negative. I said they wanted to do miracles or perform miracles. Somebody may have a masculine energy. I did say something about the church too. Somebody may have an ex that wanted to be a mega preacher, and this transsexual wanted to be the first lady of that church. And in order for her to do that, she had to present herself as a feminine, because this man was like, you look like a man. I cannot go in front of a lot of people with you looking like that. They're gonna know what you are, and I don't want that sort of attention or whatever. And this person was like, okay, well, I need to get your feminine next to me so I can copy her. I need to watch her. I need to do this. I need to do that. And he wasn't able to do so because you have your guard. Well, he or she wasn't able to do so because you have your guard up. And I think they got real pissed about that, because they wanted to be the first lady of this church. They need your body so that they could be the first lady of this church, and they can perform miracles. They can lay the hands on people. You may have powerful hands. What the hell is going on? We got the High Priestess, the Page of Cups, and the Death. Whatever this person was offering to your masculine or to your ex-masculine, they did not fucking want. And this person is trying to sneak you and get in your body. But they're trying to hide, okay? Didn't I say unseen pursuer? They're trying to hide because they want to be the first lady of this church and be able to give your energy and perform miracles to make this person a mega preacher. But they can't do that because your vessel is balanced. And it's kind of like when a lot of people, I'm not going to say what race of people, but were practicing certain practices to try to astral travel, and then they were having spontaneous combustion, because not only because they were astral traveling, but they were trying to do something that was above their lineage, is what I heard. That was above. It goes back to it. A lot of people can get offended all they want to, but it goes back to who your ancestors were. There were ancestors, and then we talked about archons, okay? So extraterrestrials, aliens, that's why that came up. A lot of people that walk this earth are not earth angels, are not star seeds. They were actually created from, I heard a genetic material. They were created by the Anunnaki. They were created by the Anunnaki as slaves. They used, y'all, what is it called? What's them people called that look like apes? Ape woman, ape man, ape woman, Neanderthal sort of energy. They used that to create these humans. Someone, or these people who were trying to do the astral travel, trying to body hop, trying to plane trot, they were of that bloodline, and they tried to practice a certain spirituality that was above their DNA. They weren't able to do it, and that's why their heads blew the fuck up, okay? Spontaneous combustion. That's why their heads blew up. You can look back in history and see who those individuals were, okay? They probably changed the books to try to tell you that black people was a part of that, or melanated beings were a part of that. No, you're melanated. The melanin in your skin protects you in the 5D with doing those things. So these were non-melanated people. I don't want to hear nobody saying, well, I'm, such and such, and I got a little bit of melanin in me. Okay, congratulations. You're a byproduct of slavery and rape. I'm sorry, but I ain't sorry, because this is how spirit is giving it, okay? There were a lot of people that were raped back in the day, a lot of people that were forced in certain relationships. It wasn't like today when you choose who you want to be with, or you get tricked into being with somebody that could be of a different race, okay? Back then, it was forced. And to be even fair about the situation so that you don't be offended, it was forced on most women anyways who didn't want to sleep with other men. If this person could have authority over you, they would take from you at young ages and all kind of stuff. So it's not just, oh, you know, just a race thing. It was a power play in general. These masculine energies who had control over the feminine energies use these feminine energies for their power. Okay, but specifically right now we're talking about a lack of melanin and why people had spontaneous combustion going on. Okay, this person could have a little bit of melanated energy in them. They could be of another culture, another race. Okay, I'm talking about this transsexual. But this person wanted to attack you because they wanted to be with your ex, and you have your guard up to whatever they're doing. You also have your guard up to this ex, which is causing a problem for their plan. Okay, somebody wanted to be a motherfucking mega preacher. Do I need these cards? I feel like the Holy Spirit wants me to use these to clarify, but I need to get these. Okay, so hold on one second while I get them cards. I had a lot of maneuvering and stuff to do. My light probably in a different spot, but anyways, okay. I only have a certain amount of space, okay? But all I did was pour them out, okay? And I see evil witches and warlocks are dying, okay? Heavy on the astral projection, heavy on the getting stuck between, I heard violation. This is a spiritual violation. This is a violation of the Galactic Federation. This is something that is not supposed to be done. Somebody could have possibly been thinking about using some arsenic poison on you, or that could be how these evil witches, wizards, and warlocks were getting rid of the divine feminine energy and switching out their vessels, okay? There is the army involved in this. Someone could be doing spells on you to try to make you lazy. All right, they want to make you lazy. They want to make you go to sleep with forgotten dreams and sloth. They want to make you very tired so they can continue to attack you in your dreams, attack you in your sleep. You may have forgotten dreams. You may know that you dreamed and then you can't recall what happened because they don't want you to remember the test that they could have been doing on you. Spiritual test, okay? The army is going to be involved in some sort of bombs being dropped. All right, and this could possibly just mean that actual bombs will be dropped, or it could possibly just mean that you're going to find out something's going to be exposed about some people involved in the army, and you're going to find out about it's like it's going to blow your mind. You're going to find out about some sort of program that they could have involved you in. It says took you to a different planet. They could have involved you, a planet, a plane, a different plane, a plan charter. Somebody was involved in psychic energy tests and did not know it. Someone was purposely making you sleepy or using you in your dreams. For some of y'all could have took some of those sleep tests or whatever. Maybe you had insomnia. They want you to come in and take a sleep test, and they're going to conduct some sort of test on you to try to find out how you plane trot, how you get from different realms when you sleep, how you do what you do. And there's some sort of army base or somewhere where there are scientists doing experiments on people like you to find out how you astral travel, how it's easy for you. This could have also been something that happened in the past to you in a past life. There could have been people who were kidnapped to be in these bases, and they did sleep tests on these people, and they could have possibly tried to get rid of all the evidence by dropping a bomb on this. This is giving me past energy, okay? Took you to a different planet, took you to a different plane is kind of what I'm getting. But I'm also getting from the moon, and I told y'all what I just shuffled, the moon. What I told y'all about the moon is actual a base. All right, if you watch, if I tell you the moon is a base, an actual military base, and you don't get what I'm saying, the moon is like a satellite. Why do you think that them people just sent up another moon, and now NASA, okay, what is that, National Association of Subversion of the Anunnaki stuff, which Anunnakis were from a different planet, were from the planet Nubaru, and they, like I said, created a whole group of people. They were scientists, the big head scientists, okay? That's why we have two moons now. NASA just said that we have two moons. These are two different bases, okay? And they do a lot of psychic energy tests and a lot of things from those bases on divine beings and star seed energies. They took you to a different planet. They took you to the moon. They possibly took you to the moon and then took you to Nubaru, or flew you somewhere else so that they could do some sort of psychic energy test on you. They want to find out how you go from plane to plane, how you are so light in your body. I'm hearing light as a feather in your body. This has a lot to do with also celebrities that are in cults that are doing magic. They need your energy to stay in high places, okay? They need your energies to be a star star. They need star seed energies to be a star. All right. I did see veggie poisoning, and I also said in a couple readings, like maybe a year or so ago, about how it was important for certain light beings to become vegetarians, and why all the stars and celebrities started to become vegetarians, because they were doing tests and doing they were taking tests with Scientology and also doing different things to try to become starseed energies. Just try to Star Trek, star travel. If you watch Star Trek, you will see what I mean about the moon and it being a base. Okay, someone's running breeding programs on planets and moons, which could be these Hamish turtle, these dragon turtle aliens. Okay, the person that runs this country so happens to be one. They have smelly skin, yellowy eyes. They kind of glow orange. They'll tell you that it's a tan. Nah, not for real. They kind of glow a little orange. They have orangey skin. They have bumps as well. And some of them have an orange glue if you catch them in their actual physical form and not dressed up in a meat suit. Okay? This Haitian practitioner, there's a Haitian practitioner who could be practicing something against you. Come on, somebody who's trying to get your Yoni power. I kid you not. Trying to get your Yoni power to get your manifestational energy. I told y'all with y'all sacral chakras as feminine energies. How do you think and why do you think that only feminine energies can get pregnant? It's because of this Yoni power. It's because the power that you have within your body. That's why a lot of women, a lot of masculines have to use women in order to get their power. Is because they're actually siphoning this Yoni power from you. When a child, when a child is born, it's the same as someone dying. And they say you go toward the light down a tunnel and you pop right out of another vagina. The rebirth, death and rebirth. Okay. When people talk about the pale white horse, I'm hearing that is another form of death and rebirth. Something new will be born. Okay, they need this Yoni power in order to time travel. Bear Alaska, something could be going on in Bear Alaska using the ghost of purgatory. They could be there could be a portal in Bear Alaska that they could be using to try to take this Yoni power. Boom, somebody did a ritual with women who are pregnant, with pregnant women. Somebody did it. Somebody could be pregnant out here and that's why it's attacking you. Or if you had an ex that continuously did magic on you so that you would not get pregnant, this is why. They were using this energy, using this manifestational power that feminine energies have in order to open up a portal so that they can travel back and forth as they want to. Because natural star seeds and earth angels, they can just do it naturally. Okay, I'm hearing something also about the Grand Canyon and the 4 different places on the outside of the Grand Canyon, those tribes that are supposed to protect the Grand Canyon because it's a portal. Somebody wants to go back in time. Somebody's looking for someone with Egyptian blood to be able to go back to Egypt, which is in Colorado. Look at this. Central American Federation. Somebody could be in the Central American Federation that is helping with this, trying to harness this power so that they can time travel. It's important to time travel because they're becoming when I said something about the Galactic Federation earlier, I talked about how they will no longer be able to abuse the universal laws anymore. So they want to time travel back to when they can abuse the universal laws and start it all over again. It's like a reset. They want to press a reset button so they can go back to when they can go back to when they were ruling this earth. When I pulled up that emperor card, remember the witch hunts, okay? All of that stuff when they could just kidnap women freely or tell women what to do or put women down like in the 50s and make sure your ass ain't got no job. That's why they're trying to redo all the laws for feminine energies, to redo this Handmaid's Tale, to put us back in situations where we couldn't say yes or no, you know, back in situations where they would kidnap us and put us where? In insane asylums. And didn't I say the person that runs this country, or at least the mascot of the person that runs this country, a mascot of the people that run this country is what I heard. They want to open up insane asylums again to trap these women so that they can do these psychic energy tests, and they're going to trap these women with the army, and they're going to use martial law to do so. That's why you see them letting troops out in certain places and they knocking on doors and snatching people up. They're really there to kidnap the women and the children. Okay. So that's going on with that. All right. But everybody must remember, it's just you and the Most High versus whoever want to lose. These people are not going to be able to do whatever it is that they want to do. Do not believe the fear mongering of people telling you, oh, aliens are coming back. They never left, baby. They sitting right next to you when you go to the store, when you in church, when you buying your groceries, and when you pick up your check. They right there next to you at the damn bank, giving you your money. Aliens ain't never left, so ain't none of that, oh, they coming back. Don't believe the hype, okay? Also trying to tell you, oh, they're going to stop making baby formula, and they're going to stop doing this, and they're going to just, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. They're trying to scare you. They need fear. If you get rid of fear, if there is no fear, then they cannot do what they want to do. They cannot control you. They cannot force things on you. Yeah, they pushing digital IDs and all of this shit like that. It's the Matrix. They already know where everybody's at on this earth at all times. So they're already doing what they say that they're going to do, but they need the fear in order to push it a little further. Don't give them that. Something's going on in Little Rock. I heard Little Rock, I heard third rock from the sun on Earth. Little Rock. Okay. Someone's working at the Compton Gamma Ray Observatory. They're getting ready to start some sort of biological warfare so that they can continue to do these psychic energy tests. I'm telling you, they're doing biological warfare so they can do martial law. They can make sure you in your homes at certain times. And if y'all don't want to listen to the army or listen to the National Guard, then they gonna say, oh, aliens outside, lock yourself in the house. Do not listen to those messages. Do not listen to those messages. Every kingdom divided against itself will be ruined, and every city or household divided against itself will not stand. You need to be strong in your own energy, strong in your own home. You need to hold conversations with those that you care about certain things. If it happens, meet me here. If they try to do this, stay here. Pay attention to your spirit. Move when you're told to move. Don't let these people trick you into a trap. Okay? Something going on in the Arecibo Observatory. I told you, these people fucking watching you. It don't matter about a digital ID or no shit like that. They're watching you. Period. Heavy on the yo baby daddy did it. This could be your ex. A practitioner. This could be the tranny that's pissed they lost to you. Okay? Somebody's connected to Sri Lanka and Antarctica. Sri Lanka and Antarctica has a lot to do with the MK Naomi and MK Delta sort of agendas. Okay, they try to poison things around you, spread airborne sickness with this biological warfare, and poison your food with the veggie poisoning that I just talked about. Okay, you are a gift from God. I always remember that. That's what they're trying to fight against. That's what they're trying to do to you. I also saw that there was a video recently that talked about Native American blood. Anybody with Native American blood in them can't catch some of these pathogens that they're trying to put in the air. You believe you're sick, and that's when you become sick. Okay, something's going on in Afghanistan and Kuwait. Your ex is an alien. Your ex decided to let an extraterrestrial take over his body and use it as a vessel. And I said, the government, look at this. Extraterrestrial contact. Extraterrestrial contract is what I'm getting. Okay? Gang stalkers. Afraid. These are these archons, these people that they put in, these aliens that they put in these human bodies to stalk you, to watch you all around the clock from different parts of the world. With the Compton Gamma Ray Observatory and the Arecibo Observatory. I think that's what it is. It's ARECIBO Observatory. Okay? These people want to watch you. These people are paid to watch you, and now they're afraid because you could be either exposing them or that they're being exposed. I'm trying to get my whole deck. Being exposed. Okay, Maymak, the dwarf planet creator of humanity. They could have possibly took you to this planet where they have this breeding program at. Where they breed bodies or breed clones. You have a clone somewhere? Give me something else. They're trying to open up death camps. Montana portal, the Roosevelt Ark. Okay, somebody's using that portal to try to open up using, oh shit. Okay, there could be people being taken there and impregnated so that they can use the energy to open up this Montana portal, the Roosevelt Ark. Okay, I talked about Native American blood not being able to be affected, so they have a Native American skinwalker practitioner, a witch doctor, a dark shaman who is doing ritual sacrifices at night to try to weaken your defenses. That might be the body that's weak that we talked about. Okay, if you're hearing sirens, those are confirmation that karma's on these people's asses. Somebody's in Baton Rouge, a dark witch doing root magic against you in Baton Rouge. You have blessings from the Sealy Court, the Fae folk. fairies. Okay, didn't I say nature spirits? You have the blessing from the nature spirits. A famous mega preacher is involved. Somebody wants to be involved in this. I'm telling you, the mega preachers. Your ex wanted to be a new mega preacher, and he was taking advice from somebody who's already a mega preacher on how to get his position and what to do. Okay, non-lethal weapons. Oh my gosh, I did talk about which makes me remember when I talk about a mega preacher and then having the first lady. I'm hearing a lot of their first ladies could possibly be transsexuals that astral traveled into their wife's or women's body. That's why they can still have kids and give birth. These transsexuals that they sleep with behind closed doors do these rituals so that they can inhabit these women's bodies, and then they can sit up there like the first lady of the fucking church. I talked about that in the last reading where I said sitting next to Jesus, they tried to say that was a man when that was clearly Mary Magdalene. But somebody could have possibly tried to use that because that was Da Vinci's version of it, and all the other versions that's clearly Mary Magdalene. But in Da Vinci's version, they tried to say it was a man with a woman's face. That is that Paimon energy. So maybe these people that want to be mega preachers work hand in hand with the Order of Carinea to make this prophecy fulfilled. Okay, they're using non-lethal weapons against y'all with these psychic energy tests as well. The Rosicrucians are involved in this. Some mystics that study universal law, so they can try to work their way around the universal laws. Come on now. These are the people that are the reason why, you know, they can say churches have gold in it and stuff is made out of gold in the church. They can, or they know how to make gold out of certain items. Okay, but then if you know how to make gold out of certain items and you run in the church, why is everybody poor? Why are there poor people? Why are there people not being fed? Why, when certain things happen, you depend on the government? The church should be able to give it to you. The church makes millions and billions of dollars, thousands of dollars per service, millions of dollars per month. But we got people walking around here poor and desolate with nothing. They're not helping these mothers give birth with these babies. They're not helping these mothers get the breast milk that they need. And for whoever that was going around saying, oh, they're going to stop making they're going to stop making formula and you just going to have to use your breast milk. They've been poisoning people so that people cannot make the breast milk. And then that's why they sell the formula. They're not stopping selling formula. That's just like them telling you, oh, we're going to run out of food. We have enough of everything. But they want to hold it back from y'all because they're pissed that they don't have control. And that is a way for them to get control. Have you ever been with a narcissist? Don't you realize that they want to take control of everything that you have so that you think when they pull their hand away, you have nothing? That is your government. That is the people that run the government. Those are the aliens that run the government that are trying to do the 2030 anti-human agenda. Okay? And we're going to talk about it. We got to talk about it. Don't think little, think big. These people think that they can take formula away from you after they make sure that you are in environments to where you can't produce enough breast milk. They gonna make the formula. You want to know why? Because that is how they get these alien pathogens in your children. The same way that they put those liquid trackers in your pet through a shot so that you can find out where your pet at. They put that shit in that damn baby food too. They put it in the baby formula too because they want to have control over all the new human beings being born. Don't believe the hype. It's an intimidation tactic from these super narcissists. Don't believe the hype. They stalk you. They bully you. They create a lot of noise and use these non-lethal weapons. The Navy and the Army both involved. Somebody from Ethiopia and Kuwait are watching you. Somebody could be involved in the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity for men. Come on now. All right. You got brothers that worked against you, or these brothers in the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity are all snakes. They help use these energetic weapons. Okay, a lot on Hoover, the Hoover Dam. Okay, Transformers, this alien tech that NASA covers up in the Hoover Dam, trying to bring back a reincarnated pharaoh, and I talk about that all the time. A reincarnated and pharaoh. That's basically talking about Amun-Ra. Why you think at the end of your prayer you say amen? You talking to the wrong person. Why you think they say you need to pray quietly because the devil will hear you? They talking about Amun-Ra. Amun-Ra is the fucking devil. It's Satan. Ra himself is the sun. Amun-Ra is the devil. It's Satan. Okay? Do your own research. I ain't got to tell you. Someone's trying to do an honor killing. Someone is trying to get rid of you. Someone who possibly you could have had a father figure who felt like you were in some sort of, look at this, maternal alien. That you and your mother were maternal aliens. And you may not want to do what he wants to tell you to do, this father figure or this controlling person. For some of y'all, this controlling person can be an ex of yours because you had their child. Didn't it say your baby daddy did it? A maternal alien, that's what you are. They want to use your energy. You are a star seed. They want to use your energy. They need to use your energy and they can't do so, so they want to take you out. It's considered an honor killing. Someone is using the Necronomicon, didn't I say, to send a negative dead spirit towards you to suck up your spirit, suck up your soul or something so that they can hop in your body. Okay? Unbaptized children of Eve. That's what you and your children are considered to these people in this cult. Someone is in Virginia conjuring up shadow spirits. Someone's also doing scrying spells. You could have been a Nepo baby. Okay? A Nepo baby, starseed. Come on, somebody. Didn't I say also Umun-Ra and somebody looking for Egyptian blood? You can have Egyptian blood. They're trying to open up a portal to reincarnate this tyrant, and they can only do it to reincarnate this pharaoh. And the only way that they can do it is with a lot of sacral chakra energy, with pregnant feminine energies, with their children. Doctors and nurses are involved in this. Mount Blackburn. Something's going on in Mount Blackburn. I'm also hearing about something in Africa and Arabia that could be going on. I did talk about Kuwait and Afghanistan. Someone's having 3 years bad luck in those places. For this doctors and nurses involved in some sort of children situation going on. There will be paid actors to let you know that something's going on in those states. What's going on? Paid actors, because they're doing a firewall hack. They're hacking into someone. Okay, so like I said, with the metaverse running the entire world, anything on the internet, all of these I'm hearing bases, but okay, all of these military bases and all of that stuff, everything is connected in the metaverse. Everything, your banks, all of that shit is connected in the metaverse, and someone's breaking down the firewall. There's a hacker or hackers that are breaking down the firewall, paid actors in this firewall. This hacker could be Vietnamese. Somebody got mad. They heard me say Vietnamese and they was like, it's Vietnamese. Oh, because you think you're smarter than me? Don't make me put your energy on the table specifically with your hacking ass. Alright, let's get back into it. It's a masculine energy, by the way. He plays video games a lot. And he play video games with your baby daddy. The devil, don't play with me. I'll lay your ass out. Alright? Oh, not you getting paid to do this. Not you getting paid to cause an illusion. You're a paid actor and you're about to say that some major bank got hacked. A major bank is about to get hacked. So that's what, they want to say. But look at these 3 cards. There's good news. Well, 4. There's good news coming out. These are the cards I want to expose. Good news coming out. And these cards are hidden. Things are hidden in this situation. The sun, hidden. There are hidden children. This was behind this one. The sun, there are hidden children. Hidden psychic children that they are trying to find. Okay? With these Empress energies, they're trying to find them. These Empress energies, these high vibrational feminine energies who are giving birth to these children with these powers. 10 of Pentacles and heavy burden. They're heavily burdened because destinies, if I don't want to say destinies, prophecies are being fulfilled. And if the prophecy is fulfilled with these prophetic children being born from these Empress Hierophant energies, they're going to be heavily burdened. They are not going to be able to control the world no more. They're not going to be able to control the world no more, no matter what they do. And they can sit, no matter what they do, and they can sit in shit is what I heard, because these children will grow up to be successful. You may be one of those children. You may have been one of those children. Okay? You got the Ace of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, feminine energies, and the 10 of Swords. With this Ace of Wands, these people are getting together to do this magic in these cathedrals, in these churches, as energy centers to siphon the energy. But the feminine energy is now speaking out. The feminine energy of these empress, they're now speaking out and tapping into their spiritual practices, tapping into their spirituality, which is giving them this sword of truth and clarity. And these people are going to be taken out, period, with the 10 of Swords. This magic is how they had success in the past, by bringing people to these energy centers and siphoning their energy. Just like when I said celebrities, just like in these concerts, it's the worship gene. They're using your worship gene, okay? Taking your energy. There's a Queen of Wands energy that's going to be balanced out. They're under judgment. It could possibly be that transsexual energy under judgment. That Paimon energy. Okay, anything else? Yep, with the church, the Opus D, the work of God. They teach the authority of the church with no question. Some Spaniards. Some of y'all could have had a father that violated you, a pedophile father that violated you, and he has paid someone to do doom candle work on you to try to take you out so that you don't keep exposing that he's a pervert. Because if he gets exposed, they all get exposed in this East Coast ring and trafficking. Someone's trying to use cyanide on an individual in Columbus, Ohio. If you're pregnant and you're in Columbus, watch out. Somebody's about to, this paid actor, hacking a firewall. Okay, boom. They actually may be done with the metaverse as well, but there will be a paid actor of a serial killer who is going to start in Columbus, Ohio, with snatching pregnant women. They will be finding, or they want to be able to say that they are going to find pregnant women on the side of the road with their insides, the baby taken from their womb. Let me say that. There will be some sort of story, or there's supposed to be, and it may not come to fruition because I'm speaking on this, but there will be some sort of a story about a paid actor, a paid serial killer who's supposed to be cracking through the firewall. They're paying this person to kidnap and start fear, because someone's going to be kidnapping pregnant women to have pregnant women afraid. I'm hearing in Ohio, there's a lot of doctors that are doing this, taking babies. What is that called, y'all? When they force you to have your baby early, what is that called? Inducing labor early. There's a high death rate also between Native American energies. There's a high death rate in Ohio with Native American feminine energies. I'm here in Oklahoma as well. Native American feminine energies, because they're going to these doctors, and these doctors are purposely drugging them with cyanide, kidnapping them, taking them to a certain place, taking the baby from their wombs, and these people are going to start popping up. This is what they want to happen. That is the way that they're trying to break down the firewall, break down the meta, because there is a block on them in time travel, and that is how they're trying to break down the firewall, by getting these children from these women. All right, we have the priority of Scion could also be funding this, because they want to start the new world order. I do not have to lie. Augustus, come on now. What I said about Native Americans. Smallpox, the attack on Native American energy. Okay, something's going on in Mount Fairweather, Alaska, with the shadow people. That's where someone is conjuring these shadow people. Anything else? Travel under attack with these IDs, these virtual IDs. Travels under attack. They're trying to make sure that if you are hip and you're getting the message from your Holy Spirits to run away, to get out of this country, they're trying to make it hard for you to do so. I know this reading ain't gonna do that many numbers. It's all good. I know for those who are supposed to be here, you're here, and this is your message. When God said in the Bible that He will let His people know when it's time to go to the mountains, this is a message. Okay? New York. Someone in New York is using high-power microwave weapons on New Yorkers. Okay? There will be some floods going on in Greece. Someone's trying to conjure a hurricane using some sort of energetic weapon from New Jersey. Connected to France. France is funding this. What is that? What is that organization that I just said, y'all? The priority of Scion is funding that. Okay? Someone's from the Orange Free State in South Africa, and they're in a random building. A random building next to you, watching you, surveilling you. This person has a strong sense of lust. They have cameras and shit in your home. When you taking a bath, they watch you butt booty naked and possibly masturbate. Heavy on the subversion with NASA. Okay, someone's name is Chad. Someone is from Providence, Rhode Island. The name could be Chad from Providence, Rhode Island, and they're trying to do some mental manipulation on you, so that everyone will be able to open these stargates and portals that the Anunnaki left back. Their attempts left back in the day. Their attempts to try to time travel to get into the 5D using stargates and portals. Subversion from NASA. Okay? Something's going on at the XMN Newton Space Observatory as well. This could be where these people are watching you from. Using music industry plants to try to provoke you into a certain energy. Civilian gang stalkers are being hired, paid actors by a mayor. Okay? A mayor in Trenton, New Jersey. Good Lord, have mercy. And then Austria and Brunswick and Lundenburg are going through the same things. The National Guard is involved with this. They energy harvest off of sexual energy. Okay? When it keeps talking about industry plants and people that are in the celebrity music industry, and you hear about somebody snitching on everybody, two people arguing, claiming folks stealing stuff off their credit cards, then you got other people arguing like in rap battles and beefs, and all of that shit is to keep y'all distracted. All of these people have signed the Go-To or the Go-You contracts, which is an Illuminati contract, a Freemason contract, to have that position to cause Distractions. Why they siphon your energy. A lot of y'all sit here arguing about Nicki Minaj and Cardi B, arguing about Kendrick Lamar and Drake, arguing about all of these other people and the bullshit going on. This is the whole point. That is how they siphon your energy. Be careful about the things that you watch on television. Be careful about the things that you consume. Okay? And I mean through the television. Anything else? Poltergeist. Poltergeist spirit. Somebody has a poltergeist spirit. Somebody's energy could be causing a lot of things in their home. Stuff sliding off the counters, stuff disappearing. Somebody has to calm their nerves down. Somebody out there is in a low vibration and they're very affected by things that they see on the news and on TV. It could have had something to do with that recent big-headed ass dude that got shot at that university. I ain't gonna say his name, but y'all all know that man got a big ass head. We're gonna call him Jughead. Jughead energy possibly could have had you all up in an uproar. It's causing a poltergeist energy in your home. You need to balance your energy out. Okay, I think this is it, y'all. Somebody could also be attacking your mucus glands. You may think that, you know, the seasons are changing, so it's your allergies. Your mucus glands are being attacked. All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and close it down here because it is a lot to take in, and we will pick up on this energy at another time. Okay, meet me in the next one.